What is going on, crypto family? This is your boy Random Arts coming with a quick video. And on this video, guys, we're going to be talking about the best meta for this bull market. And it's not your typical, what your influence retailing, your AI play or RWI, RWA, gaming, AI agent. None of that is to me, those type of plays for the average investors, you're going to be able to probably make 10x, if you're lucky, maybe 20x off of those plays. But the real money, in my opinion, is going to be in the CTO meta. And people have not even classified the different CTOs, but I have. And I've been talking about this for the past year or so as far as like different CTOs that I feel like is going to be able to pop. So we're going to be talking about it on today's video. And I'm going to share to you guys the one that I believe could legit make you 1000x during this cycle. But it is going to require a little bit of work for you. So before I dive too deeply into this video, do me a huge favor, smash that like button, consider subscribing. Definitely love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinion about today's video. So, first things first, you definitely got to understand the different CTOs that came along the market. But again, it still has never been classified up until this cycle. If you take a look at the very first CTO, and all CTO just stand for is community takeover, meaning the community is in charge of of that token, not a dev, not not a CEO. It is as decentralized as possible. So the very first one was actually Bitcoin. In order for Bitcoin to get to where it's at, the community had to lobby, community had to raid, the community had to make videos, community had to provide for Bitcoin in order for Bitcoin to come, from sub penny all the way to $104,000. That is amazing, you know, for that to happen. Now, the second CTO that took place was Doge. At least not a lot of people knew this. Doge coin, this Doge right here, the number one meme coin in the world right now, that is a CTO. After the developers rugged them or sold their bag and left the project, guess who took over? It was the community. And guess what the community ended up doing? They kept shilling, they kept rating, they kept talking about Doge, et cetera, and boom, Doge became this household name. The third one that took place was Shiba Inu. Like a lot of people don't know this, Shiba Inu is 100% community owned and ran and operated. You know, after Ryoshi created it, created the generation of the token, he gave some to Vitalik. The Vitalik burnt it and gave the rest over to the COVID Relief Foundation. Everybody else had to come to the open market in order to buy the token. Same thing for Bitcoin. People had to come to the open market to buy it, aside from miners, as well as for Doge. That's it. Shiba Inu, same thing. So now we come into, in the era where you're seeing meme coins are being launched out the wazoo. Every day there's like 1,500, 15,000 different meme coins. So it's very, very hard in order for you to being able to cipher and get into the plays to being able to make that 1000x. And these are the tokens that I've already outlined and talked about over the past year. And sure enough, if you're looking at it from the monthly time frame, especially from the time where we started seeing Bitcoin having a rebound, you will see these tokens are outperforming a lot of the different assets. So I said CTO plays just make sense. The numbers prove it. Like the numbers do not lie. I said Turbo, Mog, Popcat, Chill Guy, Moodang, all CTOs built by the people for the people. Roaring Kitty, and this is the one that I think that is going to be able to give you that, that 1000x, due to the fact of the market cap of this token is extremely low, and it is in that same building process of where Turbo, Mog, Popcat essentially came from. So this is what you're looking at in a month time frame. Chill Guy up 273%, 76%. You have Mog 196%. That's over over a month. You have Turbo 248%. And now you have the laggard Roaring Kitty only 89% over the month, guys. Like, this is huge numbers, especially if you're taking a look of the market cap of where these tokens are currently at. You have Popcat 500 million market cap. You have Turbo 415 market cap. You have Mog 400 million market cap, and you have Roar 3.9, guys. 3.9 last time I checked. Might be a little, yeah. 3.9 $3.9 million market cap. If you look at Turbo, let's zoom out. This is Turbo right here. If you zoom out from Turbo's early day, whenever the community really started building, this is what you saw, guys. This is exactly what you saw before you see the huge run up that Turbo had right here. During these periods right here, when it was in the 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, $10 million market cap, before it had this nice parabolic move on the way up. All done by the community. Same thing for this Turbo again. Same thing for Popcat. Look where Popcat was at before it had this massive run up. And it just shows you what a community could actually do. Because one thing that you have to realize is when it comes to crypto, it really doesn't matter about like the fancy stuff that whatever token may have. All it matters is if the community is there, as well as how is the token structured. Whenever a whenever a token is structured properly like a CTO, and it typically means there is no free tokens that's just looming around. Anybody that needs to get into this token have to buy the token on the open market. And that is to me, the number one key, because these people have to buy it. It's causing positive price action onto the chart. So when you look at Roaring Kitty, and you could type Roaring Kitty right now on X, and guess what you're going to see? The very first thing, which is Roaring Kitty, the Roaring Kitty, who the token is inspired by. Then next you have Roaring Kitty token as the number 2. Then once you start looking at tweets, the number 1 tweet right now is this right here, talking about the CTO. Then followed by that, somebody's mentioning Roaring Kitty. Then you have somebody else mentioning the Roaring Kitty. Then you have the token, Roaring Kitty right here. Look at this, Roaring Kitty again, the token. Then you have the Roaring Kitty, then Roaring Kitty token again, the Roaring Kitty, like Roaring Kitty token. So again, you see that the community is active and is constantly rating and shilling and talking about the token. So last thing I'm just going to leave you guys with before I, finish this video off is the recovery rate for a lot of these tokens. Let me get this back into Candlestick. One thing for sure, and you could go and verify for yourself, take a look at Popcat, take a look at any of these tokens that I've named over here that are CTOs. Look how these tokens have recovered, guys. They would have their massive run up, followed by a big dump, and they will surpass their previous all-time high to set new all-time highs. And it just goes back into what Murad was saying. You need to find community tokens that had massive pullbacks just for them to recover. And that's exactly what you tend to see in a CTO. Roaring Kitty, it did this 6 times already. From its inception. I can't even talk. It did this already. So this is the point that I just want to drive home. But that's really all I have for you guys today. I am excited, but leave a like, leave a comment. Random Arts guys signing off. Peace.